Hello everyone, good morning, good evening to all of you. This is Karthik from IT Learn. Thank you so much for joining. Today's session is in fact the day one of manual testing. It's a brand new webinar team. It's a brand new program for the ones who are at a very beginning level into IT. For those of you who have got very minimal exposure to these terms. And we're going to talk about how we intend to take this to a career progression. Quality assurance, software testing, manual testing. These are the three keywords which will primarily drive us towards what is it that we want to look at in our career and how do we shape it up. So we're going to learn a lot about this team. We are in our day one of manual testing. Right. What is it that we will primarily try and accomplish in part as part of this program? Let me put a few bullet points here. Basic concepts of manual testing. And when we talk about this team, the most important thing for me is art of writing test cases, right? So we need to focus a lot on how we write test cases, the whole format of it. We will then talk about actual testing of AUTs. What is an AUT team? Everyone, can you answer? And I want each of you to be active in this training program. All right. I'm going to spend a lot of effort and time to walk you through. And this is a live training. It will also get recorded for those of you who are unable to attend it live. But I want you to interact with me on the chat so that I know that you are actively participating. Correct. So what is AUT team? I just got two answers. Why only two answers? What is AUT? And now after this, I'm going to run the poll as to understand who you are. What part of position of the career are you currently into? No one else? What is AUT? I just got two answers. What is an AUT? All right. Looks like even I don't know is an answer team. You do not always have to be correct. But even communication, the basic thing is to answer. Yes, I know, or no, I don't. Can you all take a minute to give that effort and tell me if you know what is an AUT or not? I got two answers. Thank you so much to both of you. Auto, no. Automation is no. AUT is not automation. Jyotsna and Kalpa. You're the only two ones who could answer. All right, not a problem. There you go. Sam has now answered. Take your time, team, but put it under the chat. Little disappointed that only 4 or 5 of you have responded from the entire group, though all of you are actively listening into it. Even if I don't know, I would, as a team member, as a young IT professional, if I was 21 years ago, I would have been hungry for knowledge. I would have been, Karthik, I don't know, can you help me? It is that communication is the basic thing. And remember, team, just because you're sitting remotely and watching this doesn't mean that you should be all relaxed. Get up and get going from a perspective that you will hit the ground running within the IT industry. We want to talk about application under test, right? That is the key word for us. There is an application under test and we have to do the testing of it. We'll have to understand regression testing as implemented in current IT world. We will understand various other types of software testing. So this is what we're going to be doing, team, primarily through our manual testing program. As part of it, we will also get some exposure to software testing tools like maybe JIRA, maybe Trello, maybe something like AnyAUT or ALM and so on. What are these tools? When we say software testing tools, they're primarily test management or defect management tools. Today's testing world, team, is significantly different from the testing world from the last 2 years. I think in the last 24 months or so, things have changed rapidly in the software testing arena. So you need to be prepped up, you need to be really prepared on how these things work. You will then be able to understand the build cycle. All right, how do releases happen for IT projects or product development? Okay, you will understand what is CI/CD to a certain basic extent, and that is your continuous integration and continuous delivery. Now, the reason these two words are important, team, is just learning how to write awesome test cases or knowing the types of testing, being a bookworm, conceptually great knowledge is not sufficient for the IT industry today. You need to understand how the build cycle happens. Build cycle is primarily from a development point. And how do they release products? What happens to versioning? Those factors are something we'll have to definitely get a conceptual idea at least. Okay. Out of all this that I'm writing, there are certain things that will go very deep on a learning perspective. Then there are the other topics where it becomes more and more important for you to know how, because you don't want to go into a project and not know, hey, what is CI/CD? You cannot ask there. It would show up that, okay, you're at a very beginning level. Another thing is DevOps. You need to understand how to deploy these tools, right? So there are tools for it, there are techniques for it, but at least a concept is essential. So far, so good, team. This is the day one, but overall, we're talking about any questions so far, audience? Any questions? Please interact with me directly because I'm available for you online. I'm also going to take you through the sessions, but at the same time, I want the audience to start really doing this. I want to see improvements in your learning itself. Few polls, team, it will help me answer a few things. Launching the poll, it will come up on your screen. Can you click on your screen and select the option that is relevant? Question is who you are, right from absolute beginner to IT, some IT but not significant at all, IT trained but not getting the jobs. Fourth option is working in IT. The fifth one is IT expert, but at a very comfortable position in the IT industry. Can I give you 5 more seconds for everyone to put in the votes? And for those of you who aren't participating, please back up on that. Almost 80% of you have put in your votes. I'm going to close this poll, team, in a few seconds. Can I get the last few people? Thank you, 90% there. I'm closing this poll and I'm going to share it with you. So team, can you see the results on your screen? So there are no IT experts in this group. There's no one in this group who is currently working in the IT industry. There's no one there. All right. So we are all someone who's looking to get into IT. And that's a great point, team. And I would love to guide you on it. Be aware that it'll take a little time. Be patient about it. It will take you at least 2 months to 2.5 months of about 3 to 4 hours of learning every day to reach this goal. All right. We'll work on that program. So about 38% of you are absolute beginner, 13% some IT, 50% of you are IT trained but not getting the jobs. So it is a pattern of to understand where the team is and what you guys are doing. That's the most important. Thank you for the poll team. I have 2 or 3 more polls that I really want to take. This is just your location. Where are you based? I would love to know where my students joining in from, please. All right, team. I'm going to close. Okay, I got 100% here. That's great. Thank you so much. Can you all see the results? So almost 80% of you are from US, Canada. The remaining 22% are from UK, Europe regions. What is the time there for UK, Europe? It must be late night for you. Thank you for giving this poll answers, team. I've shared it on your screen, all of you. And let me move on to the next poll question, please. It's a very important question, team, this one. How good are you on your manual testing skills? And we're talking about primarily your knowledge, your confidence. How do you rate yourself? Like, I know manual testing very well is good. Some amount, but I'm not very comfortable is moderate. Like, I need a start, I need a head start, is what is no knowledge, please. Can I request you all to fill that last one? UK is almost 2 a.m. Thank you, Ibrahim. All right, great. I've got these answers too. And this is a nice distribution as well. See, 44% of you have maybe no knowledge. The other 44% are good in terms of your manual testing skills. We have 11% who are in a moderate range. All right. So, team, the way it will run is this. I'll talk a little bit about the schedule and everything, team. Here are the results on the screen. I think I'll have 1 more or 2 more poll questions quickly, and then we'll jump into the subject itself. Thank you. So this is just about who are already IT Learn members team and who are kind of planning to be. And team no are planning to be is almost the same thing for us, but at least to get an idea of who all are already with us and how many of you are still looking at this training program. Because we have so many options, team, for online training. Literally unlimited number of options that you have for your learning. Ours is a program, a full-fledged program. Okay, last few seconds for this poll, and then I'm going to close this. Thank you, all of you, for answering. So sharing it. Almost 50% of you, 44% are ITLN members. The remaining aren't. So, and team, welcome. Thank you so much for being here on this webinar. For us, I think most important thing is how do we take your learning to the next level? Very, very critical, team. Let's talk about a plan of how this is going to happen now. I'm going to hide this and I'm going to come back to my document. I'm assuming you all can see the document, right? One of the most important things, team, just ensure on these certain aspects. One, Monday through Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is going to be a regular training program, all right? And this will go on for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, where we take each of this in a very practical manner and understand concepts critical for today's IT, right? So when we talk about training team, I wouldn't approach a training that, okay, let's open up the table of content, look at what are all the things that you need to learn on a software testing basis. No, we will approach it taking sample projects, right? And I want you all to participate in assignments and group activities. Okay. I'm going to put you all into one Skype group, and that Skype group will help you to interact not only among with our IT team, but among yourselves. So as students, you all have a group of learning, and sometimes any concepts or anything that you missed, any project that you're working on, you could do it with a group guidance, and that will be very, very important. You'll all have access to our online video library. So anything that we do live, we record it, because a lot of students come from different places of the country, world, and we want to be able to distribute it in such a way that even if you are not able to attend live, videos are readily available for your help. So just make sure that you are visiting itlearn.com and understanding where to log in, where what videos are there, depending on your membership. So do not forget on that thing. Now, this was the entry into IT program that we created earlier, and we spoke about what all we should be able to do. We went through team, I don't know how many of you attended this. If you're not, please reach out for this videos on entry to IT. We spoke about a lot on Google Drive team, very similar to MS-DOS, right? MS Office, sorry. So how a Google Doc works, what all you could do in it, your Google Sheets. We haven't done Google Slides extensively, but sometime down the line, we will look at PowerPoints. How to do Google search, the critical thinking. 80% of your problems can get resolved within IT troubleshooting if we are able to put the right search terms into Google and be able to find solutions that can fix it. That is how things happen, team. While we have that required knowledge and experience for the IT world, there are concepts and newbies that are coming up in the technology space that requires you to be a constant learner. So your ability to learn becomes very important. Now, team, we will talk about, I think how to even write emails and reach out to corporate people, customers is a very critical aspect. So I want you to understand how you write and address emails. Are very critical. So when we keep going, we will touch upon these as well. I'm not going to let you off without getting a great insight into all these topics. Okay. Now, from a web development HTML CSS, I wanted to focus more on how does HTML work, hypertext markup language, how does cascading style sheet look, and why do we use them to build web applications. Okay. But the whole purpose is to try and do the testing itself. Now, once you're through with this approach, team, on test management and so on, that is when you get into a coding and programming level, essential for automation testing. I have a quick question, team. I don't know if it's in the poll or not, but I'll just ask, and I would love you to answer in chat, please. Do you think with just manual testing QA tools, you have a good chance for job opportunities? Yes means with manual testing we can get, no means with just manual testing skills or projects, it is tough. Can you answer that? I just got two answers, everyone. Yes, you can get, but the problem is you should really know someone in that organization who's getting you, sneaking you into it. All right? You should know someone in the team maybe who's assisting you on it. And that is where team, please note that your reason you're learning manual testing is to sometime down the line to master automation testing. Okay? If you do not just do manual testing and go away, your goals are half completed. The same, if you get to automation testing as well, then you'll understand that, okay, now I understand the concepts and how we apply them. All right? So please be geared up for both. Now, do not think that it will be, how do I say? Please do not assume that you're going to be all sitting and working on one thing only. So we will be working on one training, that's manual testing. But I would encourage you all to also sign up for the automation testing. So it's not tough to do two trainings at the same time. We're just talking about how things will start getting shaped up. Okay, so please do join also the automation testing. About 2 months into it, you should be doing very, very well. Ramesh, I got one answer, and the 2-3 answers, team. There's one answer who said maybe we may get, and pay will be very less is the other thing. These are valid points, but please imagine one thing. These are all chances that you're taking. It is not a certainty. So be clear in your mind that manual testing is critical as an entry, as a road block into how we get into QA. But your job is going to be a lot on automation, so you need to be prepped there. All right, great. So team, the first and foremost thing that I think we get started is to start testing. Now, what do we start testing? I need to know an application and a test. Which application should we select? There are multiple applications, team. The applications that we have within our own organization, Workas, I think. And there are applications that are publicly available. For me at this point, the application is irrelevant. The process of quality assurance on the application and test is critical. How do we go about doing it? Can you all think of a web application, maybe take about 2-3 minutes, I'm going to put it on mute. What application should we take through which we can explore a lot about software testing? We can talk about how we write test cases. That is the main intent. Think of any good application and let me know, publicly available or the ones that we already use. Think of a few apps, or I may just go with AnyAUT or Edge. Your choice, team. I'm waiting for your feedback. I'm going to be mute for about 2 minutes till I hear what you're doing. All right, team. So here is the choices that I got for an AUT, sample AUT for the first project. I'm going to write what all you mentioned, team, and let's see which one. Amazon was one. Amazon is a nice website to test. It's got a lot of processes within it. Online banking system, any online banking system. The problem, team, with online banking systems, some of these accounts, unless you have a real account, you cannot really test a public application on those core functionalities. So we can take a sample online banking system, like a PayPal sandbox or something like that. And let me see if that can work out. The other ones I got is a Gmail, a Yahoo, or LinkedIn. And then I have Amazon again, it's come up, eBay, United Healthcare, United Airlines. I also got someone saying Emirates somewhere. Macy's.com, order processing test system. These are the ones I'm seeing in the chat from the students and putting them down, team. Let's see what we can take from that. Indeed, and a CRM application. Now, when I asked you this question, what is my prime reason for it, team? I wanted to know that you understand what applications are, and great job. You mentioned a range of applications. Now, what is the other thing that we will put into our mind when we are looking at an application? What is different among all of these, team? What is different among all of these applications that you mentioned? What is common? What is different? Exactly. These are web applications, but these are all different domains. All right. The industry is all about domain centric. What is domain? The core industry in which the AUT or belong to. For example, what? Manufacturing. All right. BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance, logistics, e-com, e-com includes portals. Then we have social networks. We have so many other domains, team. Healthcare by itself is a large domain. Retail is a large domain. Now, so why is it that we are having to break them into domains? That where does it belong? Where does it not belong? Why are we doing that activity? Let's talk about a good software test engineer, right? This is typically the titles you may get, or a QA engineer. And then as you go on, you become a QA analyst, a QA lead, a QA architect, and so on, in QA manager. That's how the progression is. But being a good software test engineer, one thing is understanding IT. How does IT work? What happens in an IT organization? How does the SDLC happen? Where does a tester come into position? So they know exactly what their role is. They're amazing in documentation skills. There is no question about this. Because look at it, you are the cops, right? The one catching defects. Now, when you catch defects, what do you do, team? You have to submit it to whom? To the developer. To do what? What will the developer then do? When you give it to the developer that, hey, look, here's a defect in the application. To reproduce, so the developer first has to reproduce the defect, all right? Fix the issue or issues sometimes, retest and give it back to you. So you need to be documenting it so solidly that once you submit a defect, the developer should not keep coming back trying to argue the fact that is it a defect or not. So that is extreme importance, team, and that is one of the ways of documentation. How do you communicate to them? Document everything as a defect log and send it across. Then comes your communication skills. And we talk about, I'm not talking basically in an order, all these are the essential components to become an awesome QA engineer. Communication skills come in two forms, team. There is a verbal and written. Okay, there is also your body language, that is a communication thing. Okay, very, very critical, team. In today's IT world, projects are very stressed out. All right, they are in a hyper fast zone. They're taking agile model to a new extent where products and projects are getting released almost every 1-2 days. So this intense release cycle requires the humans to be at a very, very alert zone. Your communication, the way you write, the way you speak, and how you present yourself as a positive person in this crux of issues and challenges happening across IT is very critical. So when we look at a team of 20 people and we see all the faces, there may be one or two who are very actively passionate about it. And I like to see them, all right? You know, understand, you know the core IT, you've got good documentation skills, you've got good communication skills. Then comes two more things: software testing skills. There are concepts in it. Once you know it, you know a lot about it. But one of the more important things in the software testing skills are any tools that can make QA better. When we say better, it could be faster, it could be quicker in terms of delivery, it could be cheaper in terms of resources, and it could be very, very efficient when it comes to defect finding. So my QA is so strong that I will not let anything slip through. And sometimes it is all not possible using no tools. So tools make things easier for human to do as a process. All right. The last thing that comes, and the most important one, is the domain knowledge. Let us say you're working in a banking application, right? Now, if you are a tester of developers building the banking app, how good must your knowledge on the functionality, functionality of the application. Sorry. How good must your knowledge be? Just imagine, look at it, hear it this way from me. The developer is very proud because end of it, he or she is the one building these applications and releasing it. Okay, they have very, very good technical knowledge, coding knowledge, and they know what the customer wants. Now we are coming as a gatekeeper, as a QA engineer over these developers, saying one thing, that listen, I know the system more than you do. I know what is right and wrong. I'm going to make sure that it has stayed right. All right. And that is a tester's job. So how much confidence must a CIO, a chief information officer, or a CTO, a chief technology officer, or head of IT, or VP IT, or a QA manager, or dev manager, or release manager must have on the tester, that they say, okay, you know what, it is now ready for testing, we'll look at what you can do. You are the authority. One, and this is just a side note, team, one of the primary reasons of people being sticky in a job is their AUT or functional / domain knowledge. Let us say there were 25 people team in a project. Okay, 25 people in a project. How will those 25 people look? There will be one project manager. There are two project or leads or team leads. There is one technical architect. All right. There is one business analyst. There is one release / DevOps engineer. There is a DBA, database administrator. Let us say there are about 10 developers. I'm finished one org chart in a very simple way. How many do you have so far? 3, 3, 6, 7, 17. Now I have 8 QA engineers, right? This is my organization, let us assume. Now, When a project ends and new projects come, this gap in those projects, right? At that time comes the time to decide as to who to keep and who to take away from the project. Who should we have in the project and who should we not have in the project? Because we have to downsize. The project is now over. The company will lose money. They have to take away people. Who would they take away, team? They can't touch a lot of these people because they're single. If they take away one DBA, where is the other DBA? They cannot do that, right? Maybe they'll reduce one PL or TL. Maybe they'll reduce few developers or QA engineers. My question, when the firing starts, firing, like hiring and firing, who will survive? The biggest decisions that happen in these meetings, right, is this individual has a lot of domain knowledge and critical to keep because they are the ones who understand the application. I can get a Java developer again, I can get a Selenium engineer again, but I may not get someone who knows my application so well. And that is very critical. Understanding your application under test is the key part. Now, how do we go about doing it? The most important thing is to talk about an application as a process. All right, so I've got a lot of choices. I don't know which one I'll take. I can take LinkedIn team. It's got some features that we could take benefit from. I'm going to quickly go to LinkedIn and talk about what is it. Now, imagine this, team. I want you to go through this in your mind and try and imagine. Oops. Why is it going to Infusionsoft? LinkedIn. I'm assuming that it's not logged in here. If it is, I'm going to log out and show the first one. Is this mine? If it's me, why would I not have my welcome page? I don't think this is mine. Quickly, just taking a look, team. Yeah, 1500. So my this is a different LinkedIn account. I'm irrelevant of it right now. I'm just going to sign out, team. It's, I think, my corporate account. Now, when we go to linkedin.com as a new application, this is what you're seeing. The best way to start looking at applications where you're looking at it as an outsider, where you're not logged in and your cache is not being used. Click on these three dots on your Chrome browser, or you have these other private browser options in Firefox and IE. I'm using the incognito window. So anytime I use an incognito window, it is trying to fetch for the latest information from the web server on the application. It will load that page. So even if you were logged in the regular page, when you come to a private browser, it will look like you're coming to it for the first time, right? Now look at this application, team, as a home page. This is all it shows. It has a logo, it has two fields and a button, and there's a forgot password link. Be great at what you do. They've got a statement, then they put a sign up form, maybe for registrations to become one of the members. All right. There's also a feature where you can find a colleague and search for it. And there's a LinkedIn member directory A to Z. They have a lot of links in the footer at the bottom, and this is overall the home page. All right. Now let us assume that you've joined a team which has built this application and you're looking at it for the first time. Not only will you try and take something called as a KT, which is knowledge transfer, from the others who know about this application already in the team, or you will look at documents that are made, built, like process documents, could be functional requirement documents. All of these will give you an idea about what the application must do and what is it actually doing. So team, just imagine for an organization like LinkedIn, how many defects would be there? Don't you think they would have very good developers to do it? And team, here is where we have to be very realistic. The number of defects that come up are humongous. Why? We're looking at one component at a time. We have to look at the whole system at a time. We have to look at how the process flows all the way to the end. So this is something that requires extreme attention. That is what a QA engineer will bring in. Now, when we look at the entire application, this is one big block. All right, team? This whole thing comprises of the entire functionality of this application. Now, it becomes very tough to look at everything and test it all at once. So what do we do then? We start to break things into modules, right? One second. System is pathetically slow. AUT gets divided into functional modules. Like what? In LinkedIn, if I can look at what could be these functional modules, let's look at them. User sign up is here, user sign in is here. So look at the top, we're looking at the top bar, LinkedIn, where you can sign in. So your user sign in is one core functionality. The next one that I can look at is the user sign up, where they're signing up for a new free account. So please know these subtle differences between sign in, sign up, team. This is all you've got to be doing as part of the testing. 1 second, team. Sorry, team. So your user sign up is one more. What else could be there? Can you see find a colleague and member directory? So this find a colleague and member directory becomes another module. Why are we trying to do this? The reason is it is easier for us to test and handle one module at a time as a smaller piece and then test the entire application. All right, you have to break your application down. Now let's talk about user sign-in itself. All right, and I'm not going further. There could be about a dozen modules. Let's see what else is there. There's business solutions is the other one. There's general, there's browse LinkedIn, there's jobs, there's LinkedIn jobs, there's LinkedIn learning also, right? All these new modules that keep coming up through these portals. So when LinkedIn started, maybe about 15, 16, I don't know how many years back, or even a little bit more, they were only focused on corporate networking, where we can link to our old colleagues and our current colleagues in organizations where we work together. That was all it was about. But when we see the same thing today, there's a lot more added. So every year, every month, every week, every day, the IT team of LinkedIn as an organization is constantly working to launch these new programs. All right. Now let's talk about user sign-in. Is user sign-in one process, team? Can you imagine what could be the different context to this user sign-in? What could be the trouble? What should I test? Why do you think it will break? What is it that I'm testing? There are at least 30 to 40 different combinations of test scenarios that you'll run on these. What is a test scenario? For example, if I enter incorrect, is it incorrect or an incorrect? Incorrect. Username, I must get an alert message. right? Now that is a functionality, one piece of functionality, very specific. Okay, that becomes a test scenario. This is what my scenario is to test. Now I go back to this application and let's say I put a very incorrect phone number. Why is it not switching? Team, I have a hard stop in a minute and I'm going to continue tomorrow with a lot more. So this is one scenario. That way you have what happens if I enter incorrect password, what happens if I forgot password itself, what if it is correct but it is not logging in. So different permutations and combinations. A developer develops with one mind, one set that I need to develop this. There will only one vision. I need to develop the user sign-in portion of the application. But a test engineer must look at all the possible permutations and combinations of ways through which an end user may face a defect. And the ones when we clearly write that specific scenario, functional scenario, with details of how and what to test, becomes a test case. Now, for every QA engineer, a test case becomes your Bible. A test case is your basic brick, and that is where you have to become very strong on team, how you write test cases. Now, to be able to write a test case correctly, there's only one way. Any human, when executes that test case, will look at it the same way. You cannot see any discrepancies. The English and the steps are written so clearly for a specific test case that if I pass it to anyone in my QA team across the globe or any other human within the IT industry, they will understand it the same way, and that becomes your test case team, right? So team, I will have to sign out right now and see you all tomorrow in day 2. Okay team, this is my day 1 of manual testing, QA day 1. And each day we'll keep creating notes. About a dozen classes into a team will become very good experts. Any last quick questions, another minute or so, and then I'm going to be signing out. I will be starting the other session. Karthik, can you share where previous test recordings are for entry to IT? Just navigate once on itlearn.com. I will have Pavan put up about all the videos that we did recently, automation frameworks, entry to IT, and so on, in an email and send it to all the registrants so you can watch it as well. All right, team, I'm going to sign out now and I'll see you all tomorrow. Any questions that I could not handle so far, I will do it tomorrow. I'm getting you to a zone where you'll understand the criticality of what test case is and how we write it. That is what we'll focus tomorrow. Okay, everyone? Thank you so much. See you later. Bye now. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.